Robert Atikamekw is the Public Safety Director for Wemotaci First Nation. He says the state of the community's police station impedes his officers from doing their jobs. For instance, it does not have an interrogation room or a private space for people accused of crimes to meet with their lawyers. At least a solution is coming. A new station has been built, and they'll be moving there in February. But there are other pressing concerns here.
Oui, il y a un gros problème. Comme ce mois-ci, j'ai deux départs. J'ai deux policiers qui quittent pour la Sûreté du Québec. OK. J'en ai un qui va aller en entrevue pour une autre communauté, là.
Atikamekw says Wemotaci needs at a minimum 8 patrolmen and 2 investigators. Otherwise, the quality of policing suffers.
Et ça demande plus aux policiers sur le terrain parce que quand ils finissent un chiffre de 12, il faut qu'ils restent disponibles pour la personne de jour qui va être tout seul ou vice-versa.
Gabriel Hébert has been patrolling the streets of Wemotaci for several years. He says that sometimes the team is understaffed by as many as 4 officers. Hébert adds officers often leave for higher pay and better conditions elsewhere.
Ça fatigue énormément, c'est une pression mentale, un stress supplémentaire, beaucoup de temps supplémentaire. Donc c'est sûr que ça nous affecte aussi au niveau de la patrouille, là, que le sous-financement, puis on peut pas être payé non plus cher. On dépend des paliers de gouvernement pour avoir de l'argent.
A recent federal report demonstrates that Wemotaci is not the only police force to be undermanned. First Nations police forces across Canada say many problems are due to a funding model that, quote, is inadequate to support First Nations police services, end quote. The report recommends that, quote, a federal legislation which recognizes First Nations police services as essential services is required to improve retention of officers with better salaries and benefits. Following the release of the report, the federal government committed to introducing legislation to make First Nations police services an essential service. Marianne Atikamekw is Wemotaci's newest recruit. The 21-year-old woman has been patrolling since this summer.
Avant même d'aller au collège, j'avais demandé une promesse d'embauche au directeur de police de Wemont.
Atikamekw speaks the Atikamekw language, which enables her to create a bond of trust in her interventions.
Je me vois pas trop non plus travailler à l'extérieur parce que j'ai déjà une grosse approche aussi au niveau de la communauté ici à Wemont parce que c'est un endroit où j'ai toujours vécu puis je me sens déjà bien en étant ici.
Atikamekw is exactly the kind of officer Wemotaci needs here. The hope is they'll be able to keep her by one day paying her a competitive salary. A story by Shushan, APTN National News, Wemotaci First Nation, Quebec.